T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. All three engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Coach on Fire Radio.
I am the fire, dancing through the fire. I am the champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Well, welcome to Create a Life That You Love with Sarah Shakespeare. Very, very happy to be here this evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. I would like to tell you a little bit about myself here at the beginning of the show. If you don't follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I'll tell you a bit about myself. As you can hear, I'm English and I don't actually live in England anymore. I've actually lived in Canada for the last 18 years and I love it here. I live in beautiful British Columbia and it's definitely beautiful for a reason. I feel very, very lucky to live in my dream destination here. So like I said, I've moved here in the year 2000 and it was a great move for me. It was a big move for me as well, coming from England and coming somewhere really different. But I managed to fit in nicely. I've made some great friends. I've raised my family here and it turned out to be a very, very good move for me. I have been in the health and fitness industry for 25 years. And when I say that, it makes me sound so old because I'm 44 now. Don't feel it. Don't feel a day over 28. But yeah, been in the industry for 25 years. And it's been the perfect industry for me to be in. I've loved it purely because of the just the help that I've been able to give people throughout the years. And it's also been something that hasn't quite felt like a job. It's felt like something that I've loved to do. And the interest that I have within my industry is so high, and I practice what I preach every day. It hasn't seemed like something that I have to do. It seemed like something that I've loved to do. So over the years, when I've worked with different people, I've helped them through their nutrition, through their workouts, through their life goals, through planning, through lots of different things that they've come to me and I've been able to help them with. And again, it's been the perfect industry for me to be in because I've loved it, absolutely loved it. I was good at sports at school and, you know, going through my teenage years as a mixed race girl, half Jamaican, half English, you have this utmost pressure from your dad to be amazing at sports. And it was a pressure that I loved because I did love the sports and it was good for me to do. I won a lot of races and I had a good time at school doing my sports. When I left school, I joined a gym and also started to teach aerobics around that same time. And it seemed to be something that, again, it was fun for me. It was good. It got me in great shape and it got me to meet a lot of people. I've been very lucky to have a positive mindset for all of my life, I would say, not most of my life, all of my life. So to start to do a job that encouraged other people to also have that positive mindset was good for me, really, really good for me to do. And the energy that you have to give out for people to kind of feel that back from you also was easy for me to do because I had that energy, I had that enthusiasm and had that positive mindset. So for me to get into that gym environment, for me to go and teach those aerobic classes, I even started to teach spinning classes 20 years ago when they first came out. It was brand new. People didn't even know about spinning on a bike, you know, and now it's something that I do every day and I love it. So, you know, going back all those years ago, 25 years ago, there weren't a lot of female personal trainers. And when I used to tell people what I did as a job, they would get me to sort of repeat what I did and would say, well, what do you wear to work? And, you know, what do you do with people? You know, you get paid to exercise with people and tell them what to eat and go over their food journals, look at their life planning. And I would say, yes, it feels like I've got different friends each day. Like every single day of my work time was different because I had different people to work with. It didn't feel like it was the same thing constantly each day. It felt like everyone had a different story, different goals, different history of things, new things they were trying to aspire to. So for me, it felt as though it was the right place for me to be. And that's why if you ever see me on social media now and I say that I'm in my happy place, it's because I'm in the gym. I call it my happy place. And I know a lot of people would say, well, you know, Sarah, I don't know how it's your happy place. I believe that the workout environment can be your happy place if you find things that you like to do. And when I say workout environment, I don't necessarily mean gym environment. I mean your workout environment. whether it's going outside, whether it's at home, whether it is in a gym environment or a studio somewhere. The thing is, I believe that you can find exercise that you like or love to do. So the key really is to try lots of different things until you get something that you love. So for me, I love weight training, I love running, and I love spinning classes. Now there's some other exercises I don't love to do. So I've tried them and then I go, no, I don't love that. I know what to do with it. I know the techniques, but it's something I don't love. So really all of us can really go down to the fact and we can find things that we love to do. So that way we make room for exercise in our life. And I hope that you will give exercise a chance, because when you're exercising, it helps so much with your energy, with your mindset. Endorphins go right through your brain, and they help you feel lifted and they help your mood. There's so many benefits to exercise, but you have to try and keep onto it for a long time for it to actually mean something. So don't try it for a week and say, that didn't work for me, I've got to try it, I'm not going to try that again. Try it for longer, create a habit. And it's been said for a long, long time, to create a habit, you have to do something 21 times. Now, that doesn't mean 21 days in a row, and you say, right, I've been a gym member now for 21 days, I don't feel it yet. You could have been a member for 21 days and only gone to the gym 3 times. So you have to have repeated that thing 21 times for it to feel like it's your routine and feel as though it's something that is now fit into your daily routine. So think about that. We're here, we're towards the end of January here, and lots of people already will be just kind of going a little bit sideways on their New Year's resolutions that they went into. And think about that. Think about consistency. Think about creating a habit, and think about finding things that you love to do. Because if you don't love to do it, honestly, you're not going to get it done. So I want you to think about that as we go through the beginning of the show. Another thing is, why is my show called Create a Life You Love? Now, when I got the opportunity to have a show, I was very, very excited to start down this road, and I felt like I had a lot to say, and I wanted to have all these guests on, and I wanted to do all of these amazing things, and I've been able to do that now since last year, and I love it. And the reason I called it this name was I believe that I've helped people create a life that you love, and decisions that I make each day personally, it's all geared towards me creating a life that I love. So when I thought about the title, I'm like, okay, all of my guests have to be able to help people. So anyone that comes onto my show that you listen with, you make notes from, you connect with at a later date, they're all here to help you create a life that you love, whatever that means to you. And one thing you'll see me use often on Instagram is the hashtag community over competition. And what that means to me is that you should be wanting to be part of this amazing community that you can bring something to, someone's bringing things to you, but you can be part of something and not necessarily be in competition. And what happens is when you become competitive, you're not necessarily creating a life that you love. You're creating a life that maybe you're comparing to someone else's, or someone is telling you that you should have it a certain way. But I believe that when you're creating a life that you love, it should be totally on your terms. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to ignore family and friends and long distance people in your life. It means that there's certain things that you want to achieve in your life. And I hope that the guests that I have on my show help you aspire to doing that. So throughout my different things that I do, I speak at different events, I do workshops, I train people. I'm just about to start doing my own retreats actually this year, a beautiful location in Kelowna in BC, right by the lake. You can see the water, you can see the mountains, the valleys, everything. It's a beautiful location that I've got there. And I want people to be able to enjoy this lifestyle, enjoy a fitter lifestyle, more of a positive mindset. And I want people to be able to enjoy that and do that. So that's what I'm going to be helping people with this year and beyond, definitely beyond. I'd like to continue to do that. But think about when you're creating a life that you love, we really, really hope and intend to be here for a long time. So we want to be able to feel as though we've got a life that we want to be happy to be in. So one thing I will do before I introduce my guest this evening is I just want to talk about the people that you surround yourself with makes a big, big difference to your outcome. And if you've seen me talk about this on social media, I talk about the top 5. Top 5 people that you surround yourself with by choice are the people that are going to influence your decisions the most. They're going to support your outcome. At the same time, they could be the ones that don't support your outcome as well. Again, when it's family, I kind of stretch it out to the top 10 people, because sometimes there's family members that are around you that don't necessarily support what you're doing. And that then becomes very, very sensitive in what you're trying to do. Think about your top 5. And if your top 5 people around you on a daily basis or monthly basis are not supporting your cause and not making you go to great places, then it's time to reevaluate what those top 5 people mean to you. So this evening, I have the most amazing guest on called Mary Ottman, who I met last year. And I hit it off with her straight away. She's happy, vibrant, enthusiastic, positive, everything that I feel that I want to be and how I feel I try to be. So if I had to think about, being around people that influence me and I feel good to be around, I love to meet ladies like Mary, because I feel as though she could easily be in my top 5, because she has the same thinking as me. She has aspirations to do great things, and she's helped people and lived a really, really great life in the run up to it. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Mary before I introduce her onto the show. Mary is a leadership expert, a speaking performance coach, an author and professional speaker. She has an MBA and a Master's in Leadership. Mary forged a successful 27-year career, transforming herself from electrical engineer to successful executive, leading multi-generational teams at a premier research and development organisation. Mary is a unique combination of entrepreneur. She's also a former country singer. We're going to hear more about that later. Songwriter, reformed code slayer, project management professional, spontaneous world traveller, and retired associate director, formerly managing 150 rocket scientists. So she's had the most amazing story so far. I can't wait for us to hear about that this evening. Mary is passionate about helping others succeed. Through her unique speaking performance coaching approach and speaking appearances and an upcoming ebook on speaking with confidence, Mary is on a mission to empower professionals and entrepreneurs to achieve their absolute highest potential and massively improve their impact and the bottom line. So I know she's going to be the most amazing guest tonight. Can't wait for her to be talking to her tonight. So I'm going to introduce Mary. Mary, are you there? Hi, Mary. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Oh, good, good. Well, thank you very much for coming on this evening. I hope you heard everything that I hyped on about you. Did you hear everything?
I did not.
Did you not?
It was a quiet line.
Was it quiet? So anyway, I said some wonderful things about you.
I know that you were sweet. You were
I
sweet
was.
about me.
I was.
I know about that.
I was. I said that you would easily be somebody I would have in my top 5 of people that I would have around me on a regular basis, because we had a lot of the same. We had a lot of the same thinking.
Well, you went blank for a second, Sarah. What was that question?
Yes, I said that I would easily put you in the top 5, because I felt as though there was lots of things that we had with the same thinking. We thought about things the same.
Absolutely.
Yes, we did. So I've told everybody about what you've done with your previous job. You've gone into retirement. You're really passionate about others succeed. If we didn't know Mary today, tell us about Mary and what we'd want to know about you.
Well, today, Mary 2.0, I'm Mary Ottman, and I'm a speaking performance coach. And I help business leaders who want to be heard, because it's so hard to be heard these days, right? People listen, but they don't hear what we say. So I help leaders who want to be heard with smart performance strategies to have more effective results in half the time. Super excited about this, because in my 27 years with the Army, I and everybody else in the room had to sit in some really horrible briefings and presentations and speeches. And it was a little bit, as I rose through the ranks, I started actually mentoring the younger folks in my, not just younger, but junior folks that were wanting to have promotions. I started mentoring them on how to speak and how to speak effectively, and all that depends on what you do for a living and who you're trying to talk to. So I came up with methodologies and strategies and tools for people to actually have effective results from communicating. So it's a key skill for sure.
It's great. And it seems as though you were doing it way back and getting good at it and realizing that things that you were seeing in a room, you didn't want to see in your room when people were listening to you and you were speaking. You wanted to bring a bit more
Exactly.
excitement to the room, a bit more attention to the room as well. So I can